Hi, you guys. Today is Wednesday, April 29th, and I wanted to come and tell you guys about some of the dreams that I've been experiencing lately. I don't remember if it started Friday or what, but I know Tuesday and Wednesday, or I guess you could say Monday night and Tuesday night, I've been having like 3 or 4 dreams in a row. So I'll wake up, I go back to sleep, I have another dream that's somewhat related or a continuation of the first dream. Then I get up and go back to sleep and I have like a third dream. And then I get up and go back to sleep and I have like a fourth dream that's a continuation of the other one. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you guys about the dreams. And I have a few other things I may say at the end. Alright, so this happened around Tuesday morning at 5:12 a.m. This was probably the third or fourth time I had gotten up. Some of these words are misspelled because when I get up, I immediately just text myself everything I can remember of the dream, and I don't spell check or correct anything. Alright. So, the first dream, I'm not quite sure of everything that happened, but the thing I'm unsure of about the first dream was this. In the first dream, I don't quite remember if I was there in the dream or if I was like an invisible spirit in the dream. A part of me remembers that someone held a gun on me, like a high-powered weapon, like an AR-15, something like that. And from what I thought I remembered, I took the gun away from them and I pointed it at them. I held it on them. But either way, the first dream I had was I was in some house and there were 4 people. There were 2 Israelites or 2 black people, and because I don't know where they were from, and 2 Gentiles, and all 4 of them were holding high-powered rifles on each other. And at first everything was fine, but one of the Gentile women told a lie. I don't remember what she said, but she had lied, and they all like pulled out these high-powered guns and held all 4 of them were like holding guns on each other, kind of like in the shape of a square. So if anybody shot a gun, all of them are gonna die. It was like these different nations that were all planning to kill each other. And again, this is where I don't remember if I feel like I took a gun from somebody that was holding the gun on me and I held it on them, but I don't think I was one of the 4 people holding guns on each other. So I'm a little confused about that. I just don't remember whether I was just a spirit watching what was going on. But I did feel like those were different nations that were holding those guns on each other. Now, another dream I had early, like Tuesday morning or into Monday night, was I was at this library. And I had just gotten there. I had opened up some books and maybe I had a laptop or something like that. It was like a normal day going to the library. And this team of like black British people came busting into the door. And it was quite a few of them. And they had on some type of jacket, like it didn't say FBI or CDC, but it was something like that, like some type of government workers or something. And they burst in the door. There were other people in the library. They came in with these jackets on. They also had gloves on. They had boxes full of like tubes to take people's blood and syringes and all types of like medical equipment. And they were mandating that everyone at the facility must be tested for the coronavirus. And I picked up my cell phone and my charger and something else, and I walked in the back room because they really didn't notice me because they busted in so fast. I kind of just got up and walked to the back room, and I sat there for a moment, and then I turned around and walked right back out past them. So they didn't really know whether I was coming or going. So I walked past them while they were, starting to test people and telling everyone that this testing was mandatory. And I walked down the stairs, kind of slowly, not to, get anyone's attention. And then this other tall black guy, all these black people had a British accent for some reason. And this other tall black guy, he started pointing at me, as if like he was saying, "Did you get your vaccine tested? Or you guys need to check this guy." So I sped up a little bit, and I got out of the library, and he sent some type of beast after me to try to test me for the coronavirus or to try to give me the coronavirus. I wasn't sure, but he sent this beast that I don't even know. It was kind of like a dog, but not really. It was some type of beast that I never really seen before. But I got out of the building quickly, just in time. No one else in the building ran or anything with me. The other people that I saw, they were like, "Okay, we're going to go ahead and take the vaccine." So I woke up. This was probably my second dream on Tuesday. Now, another dream I had was I had this dream that I was in New York City and I was on my way home. I don't know where I was coming from now, but it was a lot of people walking on the streets just like any normal day. Well, in the past, back in the day, when people used to walk the streets, but it was like a normal day in New York back in the day where, a lot of people would be out walking. It was nighttime, and it started to rain, and there was a lot of people outside, and I saw these two young guys coming toward my way, and there were two young Hispanic guys, and one of them had a razor, and I quickly and forcefully took the razor from him, and I threatened him with it. I was like swiping it at him, and he backed away from me, and it began to rain even harder. Then a guy in the dream that I know in real life was texting me about some failed relationship that I had with a woman, and he was saying a lot of rude and and unkind things, which is very unlike him, because why would you be talking to me about my relationships? And this failed relationship with a woman doesn't actually exist, so I have no idea what that was about. Later in that dream, or I went to sleep again, and I had another dream. And in the next dream, there was a guy that I didn't recognize at first in the dream. It was a Hispanic guy. I was walking down the street. I'm not sure where I was. It was a city like New York, but I'm not sure where it was now. But I was walking down the street, and this guy passed me, and he stopped me. He's like, "Hey, what size shoe do you wear?" And I told him, I said something like 13 by 13 by 7. Then he asked me what size shoe does he wear. So I looked at his shoe and I told him 10 by 10 by 7. Or I might have said 10 by 10 by 70. It's like I was giving centimeter measurements. And then he gave me some folded up money. And he kept on walking in his way. And I turned around and kept on walking in my way. As I was walking, I opened up the bill. I thought it was a $1 bill. I opened it up and it was a $99 bill. And I was like, he gave me almost $100 to tell him what size shoe I had on and he had on. So later, this man and a woman with kids came up to me and they asked me where the beach was in Arizona. And I was telling them I don't think Arizona has any beaches because it's landlocked. I was saying I don't know about the south border, but I don't think it has any beaches. And then there was a black girl. She was like a young girl. She might have been 12 or 11. She had these green flyers, like paper flyers, pinned down the left side of her body from her hair, her face, all the way down to her shoe. And I couldn't even tell it was flyers at first. It looked like she had on a strange type of dress. And then the wind started blowing and I could see it was flyers all over her face. And she was standing at the top of like a playground slide. So I don't know what the guy did that gave me that money. But people became angry with him, and or he lost his money. Something happened, and people were upset with him. So I offered to give him his money back. I just reached in my pocket and started giving him, this wad of money. It was like a $20 bill, a $40 bill, a $5 bill, and maybe another $50 and another $20 bill. But he gave me the money right back. He was like, keep it. It's yours. So when I woke up, I realized that I know the Colombian guy. I actually do know him. The Hispanic guy that asked me about my shoe size. He's a real person. I know him locally. I don't know why he was in my dream. But later in that same dream, I might have gotten up and went back to sleep. There were like 7 pit bulls with that family that was asking me about the beach. One jumped up on me, like toward my face, trying to lick my face. It's like the dog was smiling at me or something. And the other pit bulls were growling at somebody, but not at me. They were like in attack mode. And it was just a strange. It was different. I'll say that. So now I'm not 100% sure what all these dreams mean, but I'm having dreams often now. This may sound jumbled and not make much sense, but now it's like every time I wake up and go back to sleep, I'm having another dream that's a continuing of the previous dream. I think this might be the first time. I've had 2 dreams like this, like a first dream and a second dream later, but I think this is the first time I've had 3 and 4 dreams consecutively, 2 nights in a row about what's going on. What I did take from this dream is, I think it's a being advised. I was dealing with some things in my personal life that I was donating my time to that wasn't giving me anything back. I think me possibly taking the gun away from that person and putting it on them, and me taking that razor away from that person and putting it on them again, was me maybe reclaiming or taking my power back and taking my time back, and no longer wasting or spending the time that I was, spending before. I'm not quite sure about the locations. I do think the 4 people that were holding guns on each other was some type of vision type experience of different nations that may look like each other, but they might have been completely different nations that are at war against each other, right now at this time. Again, I have no idea why Arizona came up. I think, and as far as the black British people that were trying to force testing on, it was like British people trying to force testing on Americans. I don't know. I have no idea why they were doing that. I'm pretty sure I was being advised that forced coronavirus testing may be coming, or a forced vaccine may be on its way. So I'm a little unclear as to why some of the other things happen, but I'm praying for interpretation. Some things are clear, other things not so much, but I've forgotten some things. You get up 3 or 4 times and you type it in. But if you guys have any questions or anything, let me know. If you have any interpretations, let me know. I definitely pray first. And I wanted to say to the person I was talking to the other day that I spoke of one of their comments. I did misunderstand the comment, but the person clarified the comment. However, I'm glad I misunderstood the comment, because I made a video before that person ever commented, maybe last year sometime, but I deleted it. I never posted it. I never uploaded it. I never put it up, because I wasn't sure that the Most High wanted me to say those things at the time about the Bible. But ever since I did make that video, I've been having more and more dreams. It's as if something has been unlocked since that point. So I want to thank that person for giving me that information, and I also want to thank the person for clarifying everything. I hope that there was no misunderstanding. I appreciate you coming to the videos, and I appreciate your comments. And if you guys have any questions, please let me know.